Hey everyone, welcome to the NOLAnerdcast. I'm Finn, and this week I am joined by Sarah of many names, but also Sarah. How are you doing, Sarah?
I'm good, Finn. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for joining, and also thank you for asking to be part of it because it's so much fun when you're the first person to go. You're the first person to ask second person to do it, but to actually be on the show. And that makes me feel all special and lovely that you actually wanted to be part of it instead of me begging someone to be part of it. So that's fun. Thank
Oh,
you
well,
for that.
thank you. Thank you for having me. I saw
Of
that
course.
you did this thing and I was like, I would like to be a part of this thing if you would have me for this thing.
Always.
So,
It makes it fun. So let's get it out there right off the bat. What is it that Sarah does and what gets you part of this community? Like how did we meet? What is it that you do? All the fun stuff. What's the bio?
oh man. I mean, outside of the internet space, I've had many job titles. I've worked in many different job places. I've been an assistant producer at one point. Worked worked at GameStop for 4.5 years.
Who hasn't?
Yeah, right, especially in this small group of people. I'm currently working in tech, but I do freelance movie journalism on the offside. I mostly did it during COVID to help make extra money, but it's hard to find work now, Finn.
Yes.
It's hard to get freelance work now.
It's I always get asked periodically by Caitlin, aka Saki herself, you know, do I want to try and get back into the games industry full time? And while I would love that, instead of just doing freelance stuff on the side every now and then, um, gotta tell you, having a day job that's stable is way better for my mental health. And even though it's not nearly as fun, uh, I just don't think I could jump back into such a volatile industry right now. It's worse now than it's ever been.
Yeah, no, it's and obviously film journalism is a little bit different, but I learned working under two different editors in chief at a time. One quit, I got put under someone else. It's just depending on the person that you work for. It's definitely one of those things where you submit something, you get it back, you look at it, you're like, I didn't write that like that.
Right.
Like that's not what I wrote in that very specific area. So it's I mean, I do miss it. I didn't do it for the money. I'm very grateful my current job allows me to live the way that I do. I did it mostly just for the heck of it.
For the fun of it. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. But I
Did it for the
mean,
love of the game.
yes, exactly. And to just be able to do the memes of you pointing at a screen and being like, look, that's me. I did
Isn't that
that.
fun?
Yeah. But how did you and I meet? I mean, it was really just in a mutual group setting. I figure
It is. Yeah.
I got my first podcast gig, and I think you were on one of the first shows I did, and I was just kind of like, Finn is a good guy. Finn's a great guy.
Yay. We have our moments. But yeah, I mean that's the fun of just our little pocket of the internet, right? It's a bunch of cool mutuals just doing good stuff, whether or not hello. We have a surprise guest.
Hello.
Right in the ear headphones. It's so loud for them. You gotta whisper if you're gonna talk right into that. Okay, thank you. Would you like to say what your favorite game right now is?
What's your favorite game?
No, what is
now?
your favorite game?
My favorite game is. What's the ant one? What's the ant one?
The which one?
The ant one.
The ant one? Oh, the big walk.
Big
Oh,
Rock.
oh yeah. The
She's
one where
very
you
much enjoying watching us play Big Walk, and she calls it the ant game because she thinks the little creatures look like ants, which, to be fair, they kind of do.
I
So.
mean, they do look like giant ants to me. They
Exactly.
have the little ant heads.
Yeah.
No. So anyway,
I just say you headphones.
I can't hear what you say, so we're gonna. This is a fun little aside right now.
Okay, I love it. I'm down.
This is just Anna moment right now. We're going goblin mode.
Goblin
You
mode?
okay? Okay. You good?
Mhm.
Okay. I love you. Thank you. Adorable. So I already forgot what we were talking about. Oh yeah, our little pocket of the internet, just doing cool stuff. So it's you've just been like one of those constant presences in my circle for I've forgotten how many years, and it's just a delight to have you on. So
Oh, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. I do.
of course, so of Mars, some might say, because for those that the name that'll pop up on here is going to be Sarah of Mars. So, you did mention, like, I think one really cool thing about you is you mentioned some GDQ uh, experience. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah. No, I am. I started during COVID. I started as a Games Done Quick at home volunteer. So I've never been to an event, which kills me on the inside. I've always been a online volunteer, so I've always been like I've moderated the Twitch chat during events. My claim to fame is I've been on the social media team, so whatever memes that you see during Games Done Quick or like summer games are awesome games. I like to take credit for some of those. I've been very grateful they've had me back at least, oh God, 3, 4 years now. I've been
Nice.
doing it at least once or twice a year, which I'm always very honored that they welcome me back. But just last year in September, that was my first actual event where I was a runner. So
Oh, I don't think I
yeah,
knew that. What?
yeah. So I'm not a speed runner, but I showcase rhythm games during events. So I just play rhythm games really well and have people online watch me play them very well.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I guess you can't really speed run a rhythm game because the songs are at a set speed, right? Like,
Yes.
so which ones are you the best at? Which
Oh
one?
God.
Personal claim to fame is it DJ Hero?
No, actually. No, I will say I was a Guitar Hero and Rock Band kid growing up, but it's not
Okay.
those. Do not have the dexterity of those Guitar Hero players that I've seen on past GDQs. No, I play a Japanese rhythm game called Hatsune Miku Colorful Stage on the iPad.
Okay.
Because I'm a big Hatsune Miku person as well. I started playing that about 4 years ago, and I just kind of worked my way up to where I'm very grateful to say I can play on the hardest di- difficulty. And I always thought about entering a GDQ event, and I had a bunch of friends who I would send my audition video out for, and they're like, "You need to send this in." They're like, "You are stupid talented," which I never believed until I got in, and my friend was reading out the chat for me, and they're like, "Hey, yeah, the people at the studio right now, they're all huddled around their screens. All work has stopped. They're just watching you." And I was like, "What?"
That's crazy. That's awesome.
And they're
What
like, "You can hear a pin drop in this room." Like everybody is just like eyes to the screen, just tracking your every movement. And that's when I was kind of like, okay, maybe I'm kind of okay at this.
Yeah, you know what? I think I could do it just as well. Obviously,
Oh yeah,
without trying. I'm a
oh
savant,
yeah,
I might say. So no, that's crazy. That's awesome. I have mad respect for anyone that has skills of that level of any game. Doesn't matter, right? Well, do you have any like favorite moments of moderating a GDQ event? Like, are there any like? Because I feel like, and I guess because the moderation's so good, that the chat always seems fairly like reasonable at it for a GDQ event versus, say, the most toxic chat ever at a Nintendo Direct. Somehow, you know.
no, and I mean, I will give the people credit. Chat people during GDQ events are so very kind and so very respectful and loving and very sweet. I do have a memory. It's not from like ban hammering someone. It was for those who don't know, I have two different internet names. I have my normal one you're gonna have on the screen here, and I have another one I'm not gonna say out loud because I don't know if the show is PG
It is not
13.
PG. You can say whatever you'd like.
I also go by Chris Redfield Sweet Ass, and many people know me by that name. They don't know me by the Sarah of Mars title. So I had posted something in GDQ chat under my normal government name where I used the word simp. And no one knew if that word was allowed in GDQ dictionary or if that was a banned term. To which then someone was like, wait, the person who posted that term is a moderator. And that's when everyone realized who I was between the two names. And unfortunately, they chose to ban the word, because we just want to make things PG-13 and everything.
Correct.
But now it is under
I feel like that
GDQ
is like an
history.
on the edge. That is a word that could be used, weaponized in a different way. So yeah, I can't fault them for that, but that's fascinating. What a fun little story.
Yeah, and like neither can I. I was obviously not using it in the weaponized term, but I now hold the claim to fame to having the word simp banned from GDQ chat.
Way to go. Going down in infamy. That's fantastic. So switching up a little bit, how did you get into gaming? How did you get into this, like, just, hobby? What is your gaming origin story, so to speak?
Oh my god. I mean, it's kind of an interesting one, to be totally honest with you. So I was born with a genetic disability where my legs did not have like grown muscles in them when I was a kid. So I was in AFO braces and casting till I was about, oh God, like 4 or 5. So because of that, when I was a kid, I couldn't go outside in the snow because cast and water, they don't really mix well. That's how you make cast to begin with.
And I
So
imagine you are somewhere where it snows.
yes, I'm from the Midwest. So
Okay. So yeah, definitely.
during winter when I was in school, I had accommodations. I could not go outside during recess if it was snowing. So my wonderful elementary school teachers would either set me up with like board games or coloring books, or a few of them would set me up in front of computers that we had in a class, and they would give me PC games to play. Like the old like late 90s, early 2000s kids games and everything. And I kind of just lost myself in those as a kid, and very thankfully it went from my elementary school teachers to my parents that was something I was enjoying. And every other weekend, I would stay the night at my grandparents' house because the children's hospital that I would go to was like a 10-minute drive away. And my uncles were not that far away of age from me. My uncle's about 11 years older than I am. So they had like a Dreamcast and a PlayStation 1. And so they would literally like sit me down on my grandparents' couch and hand me like a PlayStation 1 controller and just have me play things. And I will never forget my uncle telling me that when I was like 2 or 3 is when the original Grand Theft Auto came out, and they handed me a controller, and apparently I laughed when I ran over people, which if that doesn't tell you anything now. But it's like gaming just kind of became my own little like escape from everything else because I wasn't a normal kid growing up. And I was very lucky that, I had like a Game Boy Color and I had Pokemon and I had Crash and Spyro and all of these games growing up. And my parents never shied away from that, even though I was a girl in the late 90s playing video games. My parents never shied away from that. They were like, you do you. If this is what makes you happy, we're going to help make sure that you are happy, especially not growing up a normal kid. So that's kind of just how I got into it. Was I wanted to do something. I wanted to have fun, and games were just always like right there. And it's like, oh, you don't have to be a normal kid to enjoy playing games. So
yeah, turns out anyone can play. Do
exactly.
you remember any of the early PC games that you did play?
Oh God. It's so being a medically complex kid is great because you have like slight PTSD that like kind of blocks things out sometimes. So like I remember like playing them. I remember one of them was like a Scooby-Doo game at some point. I don't know what it was, but my brain just always yells at me that it was like a Scooby-Doo game. I didn't play the like Putt Putt or like Freddy Fish or anything.
Okay.
But I remember one was Scooby-Doo.
Fair. I mean, I ask because as someone older than, so my early Nintendo like PC games were very different than what I assume you played. Like for me, it was there was so many educational games at the time. So it was like Number Cruncher and Oregon Trail and stuff like that. So it's fascinating. I never actually knew what late 90s, early 2000s kids played on PC. So, but apparently one of them's a Scooby-Doo game.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel so bad I don't remember the other ones, but it was whatever my like elementary school in the Midwest had. And I mean, as I got older, I fell more into like, which I'm sure I don't know if you asked questions about this, but I fell more into the like 90s weird like PC game genre as I got older, like around 11 to 14. I started getting addicted to like weird PC games that are now part of my life. But
Huh.
like PC games were probably the one thing that I remember most about getting into gaming in general, which I'm sure is a lot of people.
Yeah. I'd say, I mean, I feel like, yeah, that would be a fairly common shared origin for several people. Now, what about current you? What are you playing outside of iPad music games for an audience of thousands?
Oh God. I mean, I recently, a couple months ago, I feel like I got dragged back into hell. I got back into Overwatch like
Oh
4
no!
months ago, and I literally play that every night for probably like 2 or 3 hours now, which is bad because I played that for like
But are you
half of
having
its
fun?
lifespan. Oh God, yeah.
Then it's not bad.
Does it infuriate me to no end? Yes. But do I have fun because I play with some of the sweetest group of people ever?
See, there you
Yes.
go. That's what matters. That's awesome.
Uh,
You haven't thought to branch out to others?
I tried Marvel Rivals back when that first came out, but this was like way back before I jumped back into Overwatch. So I don't know if my brain was just like, oh, Overwatch did this better when I played it like 10 years ago, or like I don't know what it was. But I played I think I played for like 2 or 3 days and then just completely fell off of it. Like I was like, all right, I tried it. It's cool. I get how people are into it, but this isn't like my type of hero game,
Right.
I guess. But I
You
mean,
stick with the OG.
yes, exactly. Even though that's not even the OG. I played Team Fortress 2 when I was like 12.
You know, I'm going to be real with you. I forgot the orange box had Team Fortress 2. And I forgot Team Fortress 2 was ever classified as a hero shooter. I just always, it was just Team Fortress 2.
I mean, probably before the genre even existed, I would call it
Fair.
that. But
That's fair.
I mean, other than that, I started Beast of Reincarnation yesterday.
How are you liking it?
It's hard because I'm not a fan of Souls-likes whatsoever.
And it turns out this is in fact a Souls-like.
It is, but it's also giving me the same vibes as Hell Is Us. I don't know if you played that when that came out.
I never played it, but I know of it.
I got knee deep in that, even though that is very clearly a Souls-like, but the developers were like, oh, we want everybody to play this. We don't just want Souls-like people to play this. And I got pretty far into it for what it was worth, but I hit a difficulty spike right at the end, which kind of like instantly like drew me off of it, and I kind of got burnt a little bit. So when the reviews were coming out for this and the reviews were calling it a Souls-like, I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me, because I was actually really excited for it. And then I started playing it and I'm like, all right, it's fine, like it's a Souls-like, I'll see how far I can get into it. But I was just kind of like, I was just disappointed because I wanted like an action RPG. I didn't want a Souls-like, and I was like,
is there anything that you're looking forward to for the rest of the year? What are you most anticipated on the docket?
I was about to joke and say the entire month of September.
Right? I mean, hey, that's a legitimate answer. That is. Thank you, Grand Theft Auto 6, for giving us the most stacked month in recent memory.
It's because it's like my main two are Fire Emblem. I'm a huge Fire Emblem person, and Fortune's Weave, that last direct that they just did, I was like,
none with a Glock.
I don't need to see anymore. I was already down, but they pretty much quelled any kind of like nervousness that I had on it with that one direct, and I don't think a direct has ever done that for me ever. So I was like, all right, fine, like I'm in. But my September game is probably Control. It's Control Resonant, man. Like, I am such a Remedy-verse person. Like, they can write anything and I would be down for it. And everything I've seen about resonant is like, no, this was made for me, like specifically me and nobody else.
Can I tell you?
Yes.
I got to play it at Summer Game Fest.
I hate you,
and
Finn. I hate you so much.
I got to interview the creator of the Ashtray maze,
Ah.
and who is now the overall design lead of the game.
Oh, good.
So, and their art director, and I got to tell you, it's so good. And it's also completely revamped. Like I'm not. There's nothing to spoil because we only played like the opening moments.
Okay.
But I will say it's really fascinating that they've completely reinvented their entire combat from Control 1. So obviously in Control 1, it was more third person shooting action. You were, even with the powers, you were, keeping yourself at a distance, right? Mm-hmm. This is much more like a hack and slash.
Oh, thank God.
Like a Remedy hack and slash game. It's fascinating. You get different abilities that you can chain together. It's so cool. It actually has like Devil May Cry light vibes to it, with some really cool traversal abilities that they unlock like immediately. You're not having to go very long before you unlock like floating and double jumps and air dashes, and it's fun as hell.
Well, Finn, you're talking to the person who beat DMC5 11 times, and I counted.
Heck
I just kept hitting new game, and would just pick the next highest difficulty.
You want to know a secret?
Please.
I helped with the localization of Devil May Cry 5.
Okay, you need to understand here. I dyed my hair white, like I bleached my entire head white because I was such a Dante fangirl growing up. He was probably, before Chris Redfield, obviously, my first video game crush when I played Devil May Cry 4 when I was 10. Like, nice. You need to understand. Like, seeing old man Dante and like DMC5, like that changed something in me. I was like, this is the best possible timeline. And I literally went to the guy who does my hair and I was like, can I go white? I'm like, we're doing white. We're doing it right now. And I literally bleached and toned my entire head white for like a year. Like, you've no idea.
I do not. I don't think I ever saw that. You're going to have to send me a photo from that era.
I got to find it. But like, you need to understand how much DMC5 specifically, like that game, like I was such a fan of like 4 growing up, and I played all the other ones obviously, but like 5 was just so perfect to me. It's the first game that I would literally beat it. I would sit there, I would just hit new game, go to the next highest difficulty up and just play it again. Like, I was like,
if you fell in love with V, you could have just not dyed your hair.
I couldn't. I would have been totally fine.
Exactly. But no, you had to make it difficult.
Yeah, I had to put hundreds of dollars into my hair and just be like, just get rid of all color that I have. Just get totally rid of it.
Did you ever enjoy the Netflix series?
I have such like weird feelings about it because I have weird feelings about the guy that created it. I have weird feelings about the lore changes that they did. I enjoyed the first season a lot. But then I found out everything after watching it, and then that kind of turned me off of season 2, which
I think that's fair.
I have a lot of feelings on the show.
Not everybody, like, everyone has their own tolerance of art from artist. You know what I mean? Everyone has different thresholds, and I don't begrudge anyone on either side. So I can't fault you for that. I just wanted to know because I felt like a very natural follow-up to your love of DMC5. Who's your favorite side character in Devil May Cry? AK non-playable.
No, I know. It's probably Nico because I cosplayed her.
Nice.
At one point, I just loved her design when they first showed her. I thought she was so cute and she was so much fun. And she was a great contrast to Nero. And I'm glad that as a side character, they didn't just like denominate her into like, oh, she's just hot. It's like, no, she's a genius, and she's a mechanical genius, and she is here to like get shit done. And I'm like, thank you. Not saying the other DMC ladies are like that. They are not.
Of course. But I think that's one of the cool things about DMC. Like, no one's blaming Devil May Cry for having the best written characters or dialogue of any video game, but
oh god, no.
All their female characters are badass in their own way, whether it's Lady or Trish or Nico, so I get it.
they're hot, but they're badass at the same time. Like
Exactly.
that's all I can really ask for.
They have multitudes. So what is something, so this is a 2-part question for you.
Okay.
So the first question is like, it can be gaming related, and then the follow-up is something non-gaming related.
Mm-hmm.
What is something that brings you joy in gaming? Because I like this question because, of course, right now, like, the industry is in shambles and nothing happy. Like, we just get unhappy things every single day. But it's so easy to forget that this hobby of ours can still bring joy. So what is it about video games that bring you joy? And then what is some other stuff in your life, non-video game related, that also brings you joy?
Oh, got it. I mean, something video game related that brings me joy, it's probably knowing that developers of something that I'm playing had a damn good time making it.
That's such a cool, that's
And
awesome.
I hate to sound very cheesy as last year, but people who know me knew I would not shut up about this. Expedition is 33. Like, you could tell that the developers who made that game, contractors, the actual, like, everybody on that dev team, no matter what role they had, you could tell that they were enjoying themselves making that game, and it, like, oozes from every pore of that game, at least the way that I see it. It's like you could tell that they were making something that they also loved. Let it be like the references to like other games or like the music or like just everything about Clair Obscur. I loved it so much because I could tell the people making it loved making it too. And that's what brings me a lot of joy when I'm playing something, is knowing that these people had a great time making the thing that I'm now having a great time enjoying. And that's probably like a really cheesy answer, but like,
there's no such
that was
thing.
the first thing that came to my mind when you said that. I was like, oh, like every second of me playing Clair Obscur was like 100% just joy. Even though I'm not a turn-based person, I could not parry to save my goddamn life. But like, as I was playing it, as I would get to every area or every cutscene or every dialogue, I could just be like, oh, the people who wrote this, they had a great time writing this. Oh, the people who designed this menu, they had a great time designing this menu. Oh, the people who did this gameplay, who made this like open world movable map, like they had a great time doing this. And that's why I had so much fun.
That's awesome. I mean, it was one of my favorite games, but I don't think I was viewing it through that lens, and that just, I feel like, makes everything more fun. You know?
Yeah.
Because you're right, if you can feel the passion of someone behind the game, it just elevates the experience rather than feeling like it was made by committee. It's the same with movies, right? Like, you can tell when something has been focus grouped to death versus letting someone's original vision come through.
Yeah, and for people who are listening to this and not watching, the big nods I was just doing as someone who went to film school and graduated from film school, like,
nerd.
Yeah, I am fully aware. I hold it with honor, damn it. But no, it's like, yeah, that's the exact thing. Is it's like so many games that I play now. It's not that they're made by committee, but like, it's like they were made for very specific people, and it's like, that's fine. I'm glad those people enjoy those things, but it just sucks because when I'm playing it, I'm like, oh, I figured I would like this thing, so here, let me put $60 down on it and play it, and then I start playing it, and within 2 or 3 hours, I'm bored. Not because the game is bad, but because this plays like everything else that I've played in the past like 5 or 6 months.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like,
have you ever considered just using AI to make your own game? I mean, generative AI is where it's at, right? He said, hating himself for uttering those words.
I was about to say, I'm like, why would you do that to yourself?
No, I felt dirty just saying it, like, even sarcastically. What a terrible phrase. No, like, and that's my fear, is because we know executives don't care. They're going to chase the lowest dollar amount that it'll take to make their game. And so all these people putting out these like 2-minute clips of what they say with their full chest. They're like, they're so proud of it. Like, this is the future video, and it's the most garbage looking slop ever. And I'm just like, oh, it hurts to know that this is what people are trying to push as the future of the medium, and it just makes me sad.
I mean, with the whole like EA stuff that just came out the other day, Dragon Age Dragon Age is one of my favorite game series of all time, and
Yep.
I loved Veilguard with all my heart and soul, and I know not many other Dragon Age fans did, but I loved it. Work, I hope you're not listening to this. That's why I called off in October that day it came out, because I played it for 16 hours straight.
Statute of limitations is up
It's
on
okay,
that.
it's okay. That was like 3 years ago. But I just replayed through Veilguard because there was a drought where there was nothing I wanted to play. And as I was playing through that, you could tell that the devs wanted to say something and make something as fans of that franchise, but you could just also feel the like grip that EA had on their throats to make something that was like very generic, but like still have that like Dragon Age feel to it.
Yeah.
And it makes me hurt just thinking about that, because that team's pretty much non-existent now. And I had the honor of meeting the director of that game at like a casual Warhammer miniature painting night here in San Francisco. And I could just tell talking to her like how much she loved that franchise and how much she wanted to make a game that fans of that franchise would love. And just knowing what happened to EA and knowing that we're probably never getting another Dragon Age again, it hurts, man.
Well, especially knowing that
It hurts.
did you hear the report about why we're never going to get a Dragon Age remake?
So I was actually told by the director why we're never getting one.
Yeah.
And I can tell you off camera because I don't want to.
No, like there was a report. Like you don't have to confirm it. So the report, and it goes into the whole like sadness of all these layoffs is just the systemic loss of experience and knowledge, that there doesn't exist anyone left on the team at EA or BioWare to work the engine to do a remake. So you don't have to confirm or deny. Don't betray anything that they have said. But that was what the report said, and I'm just like, man, that's happening all over the place. Like there are people on so many levels of experience are being laid off. It's the same thing that happened with the 70 millimeter IMAX cameras, right? Like, you're like, why don't you just make more? Oh, well, the engineers that knew how to do that are gone, and we don't know how to do that.
And the one guy that created it, shout out to Jeff Keighley's dad. If you're not aware of that, Jeff Keighley's father is the guy that basically created the 70 millimeter camera. He's unfortunately dead.
Yeah.
Like, he is not here anymore. So it's like, you can't just make more of these casually when it was a small group and one guy that basically changed the way that films could be shot in the 21st century.
It's wild.
It's crazy. I could go on and on about that, but I don't want to turn my film school brain on because that's hard to turn off once you turn it on.
Oh, let's dance on the devil's razor right here. All right. Tell me your, doesn't have to be the favorite, but one of your favorite movies.
I have two.
Okay, tell me two.
Yeah.
But then also tell me what is your favorite, most mainstream movie? Because movie fans always have like these auteur, like super like fancy, like, you know, pictures that I would probably have never even seen or heard of, because I am the most basic of basic bitch moviegoers. So please break it down. What are your favorites? Your two favorites?
So it's hard for me to pick between these two because these both these movies were well, actually three of them. The two I'm going to list, and then my favorite mainstream movies. Partially, my two favorite movies of all time are Nicholas Winding Refn's Drive with Ryan Gosling. That movie altered my brain chemistry when I watched it at like 12. Like, I don't know what it was about that movie, but it changed the way that I think and the way that I viewed movies. And then again, depends on the day, but my all-time favorite movie is Ridley Scott's Alien.
Okay.
I was petrified of the xenomorph when I was a little kid. It just scared the crap out of me. Like, I couldn't look at it. But then when I was like 13 or 14 and I found out how old the movie was, I'm like, I can watch this. This movie's from like 1979. And I finally watched it, and in watching it, like, the entire world of like feminist science fiction opened up to my brain, and I was like, what have I been missing my entire life? Like,
fantastic.
But now my favorite mainstream movie, and one of the movies that got me into film journalism actually, is Pacific Rim.
Nice.
That's my all-time favorite.
Would not have guessed that one.
Like actual like popcorn movie, and it's because at Chicago Comic-Con when I was 17, I was just about to go into junior college. Rotten Tomatoes had a panel where the whole point of the panel was you would get up and you would argue a movie's Rotten Tomatoes score and argue whether or not you think it should be higher or lower. And I argued Pacific Rim, and I argued it being higher. And little did I know that at the time, the editor-in-chief of Rotten Tomatoes, his name is Matt Atchity. I'm probably going to mispronounce your name, Matt. I'm so sorry.
Hey, all Matts are cool people.
Matt was on the panel. And I was walking on the show floor, and I felt someone tap me on the shoulder, and it was Matt. And he was like, "Hey, you were at our panel earlier." He was like, "You made some really amazing points. What are you going to school for?" And at the time, it was creative writing. And he's like, "I would look into going into film." He's like, "I think you're incredibly talented." And that one conversation changed my life.
Oh, of course.
And I got my bachelor's in film history and script writing, and Matt followed me on Twitter a couple years later. Don't know how he found me again, but he did. And he was reading my COVID era blog and didn't tell me. And then he finally reached out to me one day over DMs, and he was like, "Hey, I have a freelance writing gig opening up. I've read your blog. You're incredibly talented." He's like, "Do you want a job?" And that's how I got my... And the editor-in-chief of Rotten Tomatoes ended up being my journalism mentor for a couple of years.
That's legitimately super cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, I was so thankful for him, and I told him, I actually met him in person down in Hollywood a year and a half ago, and I sat down and we were eating breakfast, and I just told him, I was like, "Matt, I'm like, you telling me that when I was 17 completely changed the course of my life." I moved out to San Francisco. I went to film school. I studied movies as an art. I was like, all because you told me, this random person who was at one of your hundreds of panels, that you're talented and you should do this. And that's what got me to do it.
But also, you must have been very passionate about Pacific Rim for someone to seek you out on the floor of a Comic-Con like that. That's not an easy feat to do. That's awesome.
No, thank you. I will argue for Pacific Rim for the rest of my life. That movie is art.
Unfortunately, it's not as good as Pacific Rim 2.
I pretend that movie doesn't exist. I have not seen it.
We all do. We all do. That
Pacific
one hurt.
Rim is just Pacific Rim to me.
That one hurt. It was so good. The first one was so good. Fair enough. So, what would you say is one of your favorite games of all time? I know.
I knew you were going to ask me this, Matt, and I've been thinking about this.
Well, we already know Devil May Cry 5 is a good one.
No, so I have my all-time favorite game, which is a game that has altered my...
Final Fantasy VI. Got it. All right, thank you so much, Sarah.
To the next one. No. I hate to say it's 2 again, but whenever somebody asks me my all-time favorite game, the game that changed my life, the game that made me who I am today, is Kingdom Hearts 2. Yep. Playing Kingdom Hearts 2 as a kid, that was a game that taught me that friendships could be real. It got me into Disney as a kid. Like, I grew up in the Disney era, but Kingdom Hearts was how I always remembered Disney growing up. And it's this game that I play at least once or twice every single year. I still do it. I am 30 years old now, but Kingdom Hearts 2 will always hold a place in my heart for basically like showing me what good could be. And like, yeah, it's cheesy good. It's all about the heart. It's all about light and stuff. But like, I will die on the hill of Kingdom Hearts 2 changed a lot of kids' lives. And I was one of those kids.
It sure did. Like a lot of people's.
Like it's and it's the answer a lot of people give, but like it truly is, and I don't think people understand like how life-changing the Kingdom Hearts series was to so many kids like my age. And how much it changed us.
It was an absolute formative experience. And I still distinctly remember to this day the jaw drop of what the hell did we just watch when they unveiled the first Kingdom Hearts for PS2, that first trailer, when they're like Squaresoft from the makers of Final Fantasy, and then like you see Sora, and then it comes up on the glass, the stained glass of like Snow White. I forgot who it was, or Belle or somebody, and
Snow
you're just
White.
like Snow White, and you're like the fuck, and then just from there, it's been a 3-decade long fever dream, basically.
No, it really is, and like I remember where I was when Kingdom Hearts 3 got announced. And I was just sitting on the floor of my room, and they had showed the trailer for Versus 13.
Yeah.
And then Nomura appeared on the screen, and Nomura was like, I'm working on one more thing. I don't have much of it, but I want to at least show people that I'm working on it. And it was the first trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3. And I remember...
Was that the one where he like is riding on the...
No, actually. So it's the one where... the Keyblades line in the sand. And I remember the dialogue.
Oh, yeah.
Sora says, I am who I am because of them. I have to go. And he picks up the Keyblade, and it's this whole different graphic style, and it's all gorgeous, and it's bright and colorful. And he looks off into the horizon, and it just shows the Kingdom Hearts 3 logo, and it says now in development. And I will never forget the scream that I made. And then 10 years later, I was working at GameStop, and we got our copies of Kingdom Hearts 3 in, and I just was like, I am 23. I'm like, I waited 10 years for this.
Hey, you know what? That might have been the every time they would announce a new Kingdom Hearts spin-off game or prequel, and you're just like, just make 3, damn it.
Well, like now it's saying just make 4, damn it, and then out of nowhere...
but if 4 never came out, I'd still feel like we all got a good run, right? Like 4 just feels like a bonus at this point.
I mean, with the way that 3 ended, and with all of the reveals that Nomura does in weird spin-off games, like a rhythm game that no one thought was going to be important, and then the last cutscene was 15 minutes long and basically showed us where we're going, and it's like, oh, okay, this was important, and then Nintendo comes in with a steel chair and is like, here's 5 minutes of Kingdom Hearts 4 footage, and it's like, wow, it is 7 in the morning.
Right? You're like, come on. What's happening?
None of us needed this at 7 a.m. when this series had gone silent for a year. We went, no, not even a year. We went 3 years without a trailer. 3 years, and then Nintendo busts through the door and is like, hey, here's
guys,
with the actual HUD.
Switch 2, baby. Yeah.
It's, I'm glad that as people are getting older, they're realizing how life-changing Kingdom Hearts was for a lot of people, because that's what it is it changed my life, and it changed how I viewed games and like Disney. And every time I go to any of the Disney parks, I wear Kingdom Hearts stuff, and you see so many people wearing Kingdom Hearts.
Yep.
And you have cast members stopping you and freaking out about your outfit, and they have Donald and Goofy dressed in their costumes for Halloween.
Yeah.
And it's like it's I'm just glad Kingdom Hearts is getting recognized. I won't go into this next one too deep because people are going to know it, but like next to Kingdom Hearts, my favorite game is probably System Shock 2.
Okay.
That's probably my second favorite game of all time. That game, like I said, it's one of the games I played at like when I was in my weird PC game era when I was like 13 to 14, and one of my dad's IT people burned me a CD that had System Shock and Deus Ex on it.
Oh,
so I was able to play those on my like 1999 laptop I took from my dad, and like just like playing through System Shock 2 for the first time definitely also changed my outlook on PC games, because I never knew games like that existed until I played them, and it sent me down the rabbit hole of like companies like Night Dive making all these games playable now, where I'm like, oh, I've watched a YouTube video about this game. Well, I can go on Steam and buy it for $10 now and now play it. And it's like, I can play System Shock 2 on my Switch too if I wanted to. Like, I own it for the Switch too. And it's like, yeah, it's like that game just changed my view on like horror and PC. And surprisingly, it's not a Resident Evil game. A lot of people ask, and I'm like, I love Resident Evil very clearly, but like, no, and this is like being nice to Resident Evil, but no Resident Evil game has like really altered my personality and changed my life like something like Kingdom Hearts 2 has. Or like System Shock has. Maybe Resident Evil 5, because I saw that trailer of Chris all beefy when I was like 10, and I was like, well, like, I don't know what that is.
Well then.
I'm into that. But no, I mean, 9 was like really good, and 9 hit me in a nostalgia way.
Okay.
To where I was like, oh, I know the Raccoon City police office. I know this by heart. I know what way it wants me to go, kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But yeah, Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, my final question for you
Oh no.
on this most auspicious of evenings is the most important question that you might ever be asked in this or any other lifetime.
Oh no.
In your heart of hearts, Sarah, if you have to choose cake or pie,
Cake. I'm not a pie person, man.
you
That's
know what?
easy for me.
You know what? I only hate you a little for that answer.
Oh man, I'm
Uh,
sorry.
I'm a pie supremacist.
I grew up with cakes. I'm not a
That's
big
fair.
fan of
Look,
pie.
like I said, you're so cool. I'll let it slide. But
Well, thank you. Red velvet for context.
fair. Hey, everyone's got to have their own.
I used to bake a red velvet cake with chocolate chips in it, and
Interesting. Okay.
that shit was the bomb.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you very much for being part of this and just being on and just being delightful and fun to talk to and
Thanks.
filled with fun little anecdotes about GDQ and random stuff. I love that. Like
Thanks.
I learned so much about you that I had no idea because we've never actually had a almost hour-long conversation before.
And I
So
feel so bad about that because you're so sweet, Matt, and you're like a really great human. And I always just feel bad. It's hard for me to keep up with everybody on the internet.
isn't that
It's so
very true?
hard.
Well, also I mostly lurk up until I started running this show again. I barely posted. I always lurked. And if you're just a lurker, it's hard to pop up on people's timelines. So it's fine. But now I'm worried I'm being too chatty. So we'll see.
No, you're not. You're not.
It's more
Don't
fun
say
that way.
that, Finn.
Yay. But thank you. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.
You too. Thank you for having me on. I am so honored to be a part of your show.
You're one of the original new people. I don't know. It's fun. I have to remind myself that like, yeah, we're on episode 13. You're
Oh my
13.
gosh.
You're 13. But like there was like 200 something episodes of the original NOLAnerdcast back when it was a comics
God.
podcast
Oh, amazing.
back in 2011.
Oh
and
my
then,
God.
But then, you know, I joined and then I wasn't doing my solo stuff. So I kind of like, it was my screen name, but it was not, the show was on basically done. And so now I'm bringing it back and it's been so much fun to do with so many different people. So thank you for being part of my journey.
No problem. Thank you for having me a part of that journey. I'm kind of sad that your
Hey.
comic podcast doesn't exist anymore. I just
Oh, it
did
does.
a.
It does
I
now.
just.
We're bringing
Oh,
it back.
it does. Oh, it does. I just did a comic show. Shout out to Play Comics that had me on
Nice.
to discuss the original Darkness game on the Xbox
Oh, there
360,
it
which
is.
is my
Yep.
favorite comic book of all time.
Okay.
So
No, it's fun. Like I still do it with my original co-hosts back from New Orleans.
Oh,
Hence
amazing.
the NOLAnerdcast.
Yeah.
But I'm doing a different numbering system. So the NOLAnerdcast, my current one where it's like one-on-one talks is its own numbering, and that's the new NOLAnerdcast. And then I call the other ones NOLAnerdcast OG episodes, and that's when it's me and my original co-host, and we'll talk about whatever. But like, it's fun. I like talking about comics. I like talking about games. I like talking about all kinds of stuff. So yay.
I love that. No, thank you for having me on. I'm so incredibly honored to be a part of this. So thank you.
You are quite welcome. You have a lovely evening, and everyone else have also a lovely evening or day or whatever.
Goodbye. Bye.